The number on the test report says 1.65, that's micrometers. The RMS radius of a star at the center of the image field of this telescope, at the corner of a full-frame sensor, 2.2 micrometers. This is the Askar SQA106. My name is Morten, and you are watching Frost Astrophotography. We are continuing with the Observatory upgrade video series, but before we move on, I wanted to give you a short message. I bought this Askar SQA106 myself for my own money, but Teleskopy.pl gave me a small discount for mentioning them in this video. They didn't instruct me in any way, and I'm highlighting them because it is my experience that their pricing, communication and shipping is excellent. If you are in Europe and looking for astronomy gear, it is worth checking them out at Teleskopy.pl. As always, everything you hear in this video is my own honest opinion. Quintuplet Petzval astrograph, 106 mm of aperture, 509 mm of focal length, f4.8. And if you caught my season summary video, you already know this is the telescope that's replacing my trusty Sky-Watcher Evostar 80 ED in the observatory. So let's do what we do on this channel and dive into the details. Let's start with the optical design, because this is where the SQA106 either justifies its price tag or doesn't. This is a quintuplet Petzval 5 lens elements in a configuration that was first described by Joseph Petzval in 1840. The Petzval design solves a fundamental problem in refractors: field curvature. In a simple doublet or triplet, the focal plane is curved. The center is sharp, but the corners soften because they're physically at a different distance from the lens. A field flattener corrects this. A Petzval doesn't need one. The 5 elements are arranged in 2 groups, a front doublet and a rear group, that together produce a naturally flat field. No additional glass. No back focus sensitivity. No fiddling with spacer rings at 2 AM in the dark. And the glass matters. 2 of those 5 elements are SD, super low dispersion glass. This is the modern equivalent of fluorite. It brings the red, green and blue focal points to nearly the same plane. If you've ever fought with blue halos around bright stars or a soft red channel in your HA data, you know why this matters. The SQA106 claims an apochromatic correction that handles full-frame centers without breaking a sweat. Now, Askar publishes their test data. Let's look at what's actually on paper. There's a ZYGO interferometer report with SQA106. That's not marketing. That's an optical test bench measurement, a laser interferogram that maps the wavefront error across the objective. Most manufacturers at this price point don't publish this. Takahashi does. That's the company Askar is aiming at. The spot diagram tells you where the photons actually land. At the center of the field, the RMS spot radius is under 1.65 micrometers. For context, the pixel size of an IMX571 sensor, the one in my Poseidon M Pro, is 3.76 micrometers. The central star is packing its energy into less than half a pixel. That's essentially perfect sampling. At the corner of a 55mm image circle, medium format territory, the spot radius is still 2.2 micrometers, still undersampled, still sharp. The MTF chart, modulation transfer function, is even more revealing. At low spatial frequencies, the MTF values exceed 0.9. That's 90% contrast transfer. Stars stay crisp, nebula structure holds. You're not fighting a soft lens in post. And the relative illumination chart, 90% illumination across a full-frame 44mm sensor, 75% even at the edge of a 55mm image circle. Vignetting is real, but it's well controlled. You don't have to crop your full-frame sensor down to APS-C to get an even background. Fun fact: the SQA106's aperture wasn't chosen by accident. 106mm, that's exactly the same as the Takahashi FSQ-106 EDX4, the legendary TAC. The Japanese refractor that has dominated premium astrophotography for over 2 decades. The FSQ-106 currently retails for somewhere around $7,000 depending on configuration. The SQA106 is $3,995. Now, I've never owned a Takahashi. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that the SQA106 is a TAC killer. That would be dishonest, but I will say this: Askar is publishing the same kind of optical test data that Takahashi does. They're building into the same specifications, and the early images coming out of this scope from other astrophotographers, those images are not making excuses. The FSQ-106 has decades of reputation. The SQA106 has test reports and real-world data. Let's talk about what you actually touch in the dark. The OTA here weighs almost 6 kilograms. That is about 13 pounds, with the large tube rings here and the 300mm Losmandy style dovetail. You're looking at 8.12 kilos, just shy of 18 pounds. That is significant. On my setup, going from the ATED to this means the mount sees nearly double the payload. I'll come back to that, what it means for my observatory later. The focuser is a dual speed rack and pinion. The large knob for coarse, the small knob for fine. 30mm of travel. The draw tube is CNC machined, anti-reflective internals, matte point. This matters because stray light bouncing around inside the tube is what creates those annoying internal reflections that show up as halos around bright stars. The scale is engraved on the tube, so you can mark your focus point and return to it if you're not using software to focus. And then there's the rotator, 360 degrees, high precision. This is built in. You frame your target, loosen the locking screw, rotate the entire imaging train, and lock it down. No more loosening camera adapters and hoping they don't slip. For mosaics or for matching your framing to a previous session, this is one of those features that once you use it, you can't go back. The image circle is 55mm, that's the headline number. Full frame is 44mm corner to corner. Now at 55mm, the illumination drops 75%. The spot size grows slightly, but it's supported. That means If you ever do move to a full-frame astronomy camera or even a medium format sensor, this telescope is ready. The connectivity is straightforward. Askar includes M48, M54 and M68 adapters in the box. The recommended back focus distance is 55 mm, but it supports anywhere from 48 to 78. And because this is Petzval, the back focus is not critical. You don't need to hit exactly 55 mm. The field stays flat regardless. This is the no-fuss part of the design, and it's genuinely useful when you're swapping cameras or adding a filter drawer. For me, this telescope represents a generational upgrade. My Evostar 80ED has been the workhorse. 80 mm of aperture, a doublet with a field flattener and reducer, bringing it to about 510 mm at roughly f6.3. The SQA106 gives me 509 mm at f4.8. That's 75% more light gathering area and nearly a full stop faster. Mathematically, an image that took 4 hours on the Sky-Watcher 80ED will take just over 2 on the SQA106, and the image will be sharper across the frame. I'm pairing this with my existing Poseidon M Pro, the IMX571 monochrome sensor, my Phoenix 7-position 2-inch filter wheel, also from Player One, and the S-series of LRGB and SHO filters. The guide scope stays the same, the Sky-Watcher EvoGuide 50ED, but I'm upgrading the guide camera from the ASI 120mm Mini to the Player One Xena 585M. And I'm installing the ZYGO EAFN automatic focuser on the SQA106 at f4.8. The critical focus zone is narrow. An autofocuser isn't optional at this speed, it is essential. I'm one of the 50 lucky early recipients of the ML Astro 1 harmonic mount, and I'm currently waiting for that to be produced and delivered to me. Combined, this setup should give me excellent results and guiding, but we will of course cover that in detail in upcoming videos for this Autumn Observatory upgrade series. Let me give you the honest, practical picture. At 509 mm of focal length, this is a wide field nebula telescope. It is not for planets, and it is not for small galaxies. The image scale of the IMX571 sensor is about 1.52 arcseconds per pixel, well sampled for most seeing conditions, but you won't be resolving details in M51's spiral arms the way you would at 1500 mm. That's not what this telescope is for. It's for the cave nebula in one frame. It's for the bat and squid with the room to breathe. It is for the SADR area and perhaps M31 filling the entire sensor. At 8.12 kilograms fully dressed, and probably also more with my extra equipment mounted on it, you need a mount that can handle it. The dew shield extends from 516 to 586 millimeters, That extra 70 millimeters matters when you're fighting frost at 63 degrees north in October. And the price, of course, that is premium territory. For the same price, you can get a larger telescope. For example, Askar's own 130 PHQ. You're paying for optical quality over aperture. You're paying for the spot diagram. You're paying for the ZYGO report. You're paying for the Petzval flat field design. Whatever trade-offs make sense depends on what you value. I've spent years imaging with a doublet. A good doublet, yes, the ATED has done things I'm genuinely proud of and that I at times thought was not even possible. The Bat and Squid at 26 hours, the Flaming Star Nebula with the Runaway Star story, the Lowers Nebula, Elephant Nebula, and the Fossil Footprint Nebula. All of them through 80 millimeters of glass with a field flattener screwed onto the back. This is the next chapter, and I'm not going to sugarcoat it. As with all new equipment, especially a new telescope, it's a lot to dial in, perfect, and you don't want to lose a single minute of clear skies. But sitting here looking at the test data and the build quality of this thing, I am really excited to see what this Petzval design can do here at 63 degrees north as we are approaching the dark season. In upcoming videos, I'm going to cover the installation and configuration of a new miniature PC for the Observatory, mounting of the guide scope, the new guide camera, the Player One Xena 585M, the new EAFN automatic focuser, mounting and configuration, and of course, what's most essential, the actual first light and evaluation of the SQA106, as well as dialing in autofocus routines and guiding parameters with the new mount from ML Astro, the ML Astro 1. Thank you so much for watching this video, and as always, if you like it, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to the channel if you're not already doing so. Do you own the SQA106 yourself or considering one? Please let me know in the comments below, and until the next video, I wish you have clear skies.